Drop it.
Chance. Closer.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Pops and Drops podcast. On this week's episode, we have Wubmama, who has been absolutely killing it the last couple of years. Hey, how's it going?
It's going so good. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. I'm really excited to have you on. So we're just going to talk a little bit about you and your career and how you got started, why you got started, all that sort of stuff. So first thing I want to ask you is, when did you start in the music industry?
Yeah. I just want to say really quick, thanks so much for having me on the show because I'm really grateful to be here. I've been following you as well for a while, so I'm really grateful to be here. But
Awesome,
so I started in the music industry. I've been in it professionally for about 4.5 years now. It's hard to say because I've been just into the EDM industry as a whole since I was like really young. So,
yeah.
but doing things professionally, playing shows and dropping music's been about 4.5 years. So, yeah.
Nice. So you started as a fan, going to festivals and stuff, right?
I actually started much before that. I have been going to festivals and raves and stuff for a really long time, but I actually got into EDM really young when I was like 9 years old.
Whoa.
I literally remember used to, on family road trips, I'd go on YouTube and type in like dubstep when I was like little because I didn't know how to hunt for music yet. And so that's kind of what really got me into it. But I have been raving since 2016 because that's when I was 18. So I got to go to all the like Paradiso and stuff, and I've Vegas Canyon and all that. So it's been awesome.
Nice. Yeah, I've got a 7 and a 9-year-old, and they both constantly are asking me to play this It's Raining Tacos like dubstep remix. I mean, they like my music. They like my
I
music.
love that so much.
Yeah. They like my music too. They constantly ask for Semper Explorer, which is my like ethereal kind of house song. But
I love that.
yeah, they're into dubstep too. So I'm trying to get them started young. I think I'm gonna actually start teaching Harmony, who's the 9-year-old, on my deck probably within the next couple of months.
That's great. I love that. Yeah, you got to start them young. That's how you do it. So you're doing it right. That's for sure. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I actually work with kids, so I love that you have kids. That's great.
Nice. Yeah. They're pretty awesome. They're pretty Harmony and Melody. So
Harmony. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that.
yeah, they're pretty cool. They're a little annoying sometimes, but they're awesome. They're the best.
Yeah, kids definitely can be annoying sometimes. That's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah. I'm sure one day they'll listen to this and be like, "Dad, why did you say we're annoying? We're not annoying."
That's great. I love that.
But they purposely will try to annoy me. That's like they like go out of their way. So, you know.
It's like it's their job, that's for sure. Because the kids that I'm a certified teacher, but I do nannying now with my certifications for my day job. But they definitely, I feel like they're out to annoy me all day long.
Yeah, that's their goal. And I remember being that age and be like, "This is my job."
Right.
So I used to run. I literally, when I was a little kid, I used to run up to my dad when I was like 7, and I would just punch him right in the balls and then run away.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah. So I mean, me and Rowdy, who's my girl, we're hoping to have a boy. So I think he might do that to me. I'm hoping he doesn't, but I think
it's gonna be your ultimate karma that just comes back years later from you.
I can already feel the pain reverberating back through time of him doing that to me in the future.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Congratulations on that, by the way. I'm excited for you guys. It's great.
Yeah, well, we haven't even gotten to that point, but
I know. That's exciting to think about it and stuff. That's great, though.
Yeah,
awesome.
We got his name picked out. He's gonna be so my full name is Chancellor Adam MacArthur Moore, and he's just gonna be the junior, so we're gonna call him CJ.
That's awesome. That's a really cool name. I like that you're passing that down because that is a baller name, that's for sure.
Thank you. My parents wanted me to be president, and so my dad was like, "Okay, we got to give him." He wanted my middle name to be Khan after Genghis Khan, and my mom was like, "No, nah, dog, we're not doing that. We're not celebrating that." But
that's awesome. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So you've been going to race since you were 18. What's your favorite? What's been one of your favorite ones you've gone to so far?
Oh man, I mean, my favorite event as a whole is definitely Bass Canyon, but that's just probably the diehard bass head in me. I've gone to every single Bass Canyon, which has been awesome. I just love the Gorge. The Gorge is my favorite venue. It's my favorite venue to play at and also attend because I've done both, thankfully, which has been awesome. But yeah, that's been awesome. I also really love Red Rocks. Red Rocks has been like any Red Rocks show I saw. Closey at Red Rocks, which was
Oh,
absolutely
snap.
phenomenal. It was amazing, and I got the amazing opportunity to play the Red Rocks after party for her show, which was super fun. So that was awesome, and it was just dope. I didn't get to play at the actual Red Rocks, but it's like a venue after. So hopefully one day I'll get to play Red Rocks. But yeah,
That
it's
is so
been great.
cool. That is so. I haven't been to Red Rocks yet. I want to go so bad. I want to go so bad.
Definitely
But
have to. It's amazing.
Closey's awesome. I love Closey too.
Me too.
She's
She's
so
so
good.
empowering, and she does it. She does her style so unique and like one of a kind. It's just a whole like enthralling experience when you're seeing her. Every time I've seen her in like personal venues and also in like bigger venues like Red Rocks. She's just always on point. So shout out to Closey.
Yeah. During the pandemic, I went up to Washington and we did this thing called the Winkler Canyon, which was this couple that I knew from Bass Canyon. I went to the first three Bass Canyons and I worked the second two. I was the headbanger helper the second two. Um,
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
yeah. But one of the couples that I met doing that during the pandemic, we had this thing called the Winkler Canyon, which was up at their property in Washington. And I was I was the DJ for 12 hours, 2 days in a row.
Oh man, that's
but
crazy.
but I found a really long closey set. And like that was one of the things that I just put on like on the next like in the morning when right
I
after
love that's smart. That's prime
yeah,
timing, I think, for that. That's awesome. She's
yeah,
definitely I've always wanted to like see like a sunrise set of hers. That'd be so amazing.
yeah, yeah. She's perfect for the mornings after a rave.
Oh yeah.
Or the morning getting ready. Like I know I'm gonna
Yeah.
be playing her on Thursday probably or Friday. Because
Oh yeah.
you're going to Bass Canyon. I'm going to Bass Canyon. I'm so pumped. It's gonna
Me
be
too. I'm
so good
so
this year.
excited. Where are you? Who are you most excited to see this year? And also, where are you camping this year?
We're doing GA.
Oh yeah, the what are they? The District 9.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's where the party's at.
Oh my dude, yes it is. GA is always popping. Like no matter where I camp, I always go to GA because that's where all the partying is. Also, people always bring decks, which is awesome because I love seeing all the different talent that's just like trickled through the crazy wave of people there. I love it. I love the
Yeah,
energy.
yeah. I want to be in the heart of the party.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and I got my truck, so if things get bad, we can always shut the doors of the truck and it's semi like I mean, we're bringing a tent and everything, but the truck, when you roll up the windows and shut the doors, it's like quiet-ish, and we have like noise canceling headphones and stuff, so we're gonna be
That's
fine.
great. Yeah. That's
Um,
great.
but yeah, it is District 9.
It is definitely District 9.
It
It
is.
was crazy because I remember so because I like I said I've been all the Bass Canyons specifically. I've been to some other gorge festivals as well. Like I went to Paradise, so that was actually my first festival, RIP USC. But
Yeah,
it was like crazy because I remember like the District 9 was like just it was so wild and it still gets super wild. But I remember after COVID, the Bass Canyon after COVID, because 2020, of course, Bass Canyon got canceled and we went back the next year after it was finally back. And I remember it was like, we went through GA at the night and it was dead silent. I was like, dude, COVID like wiped everybody out, but not
yeah,
anymore. It's popping now. I'll tell you that. Cause we're
yeah,
not in that terrible, like a scared state of the pandemic anymore, which is
yeah.
exciting that we're not in
Well,
that anymore.
well, that's where you got a pretty big following, right? Because you were doing all those virtual festivals, right? Is that
Yeah, yeah. I was really lucky that I actually used the pandemic too. Cause I started, I played my first show that December right before the pandemic
yeah,
in 2019. And it was crazy because my career was just starting to take off, but I actually really used the quarantine to like kind of take my music off, like my career off the ground. And it was dope. I got to play a lot of virtual festivals, a lot of live streams. Actually have like a green screen and stuff now because I did so many of them. So
nice,
that was fun to set up in my little studio.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it was dope. I released my first song in 2020 and it was awesome. It was a good quarantine for me minus getting COVID a couple times.
Yeah. Oh, snap. I was
That was
lucky
awesome.
enough. I was lucky enough not to get it, but
Oh, you
I
haven't
can
gone in at all?
no.
Oh, that's you're lucky. You're one of the rare few.
Well, I'm gonna knock on wood because I think I might be one of the people that are like immune to it.
I've
Um,
heard that. I've definitely heard people have like that natural like defense to it. But people were also saying they thought that they got sick like before the pandemic, like
ye-
right before anybody knew. So maybe like you got
yeah.
the immunity to it because you might have been exposed like farther out in advance. Like, who knows how
Well,
long it's actually been out?
so December, January 1st of 2020, I went down to San Francisco, and me and my sister, we went to Dead Mouse 4 times or 3 times in that night. So we closed when 2020 hit. We were watching that. We were at Dead Mouse, and then we went to the after party, and then we went to the after party, and then we went to the after party,
That's awesome.
and we're up until 4 a.m. And then we went and did Daybreakers, which starts at like 9 a.m. So I got like an hour sleep, and we saw Destructo. Anyways,
Oh, love
so
Destructo.
yeah, and my sister knows like everybody in San Francisco, so we got to go to all these things. It was fucking awesome. But right when I got back from that, I felt kind of sick, like for a week after that. But I thought it was just
Oh
because I
yeah.
was super hungover. But maybe you're right. Maybe I did get
Yeah.
it.
Yes, I've heard so many people say this. So maybe you got that like initial immunity because I've heard that people who get COVID actually have more of a like a you are more immune to it than the vaccine. So you could have just gotten that like one time and your body's like, nope, never again.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably what actually happened.
Ugh,
Now that I think about it,
makes sense. That makes sense.
we
But who
have
knows? You never had a test though. You could say that you've never gotten it. That's dope though. You're lucky. I almost lost my senses permanently from it. Actually, I almost lost my sense of smell and taste permanently. It took me three
damn.
months to get it back. It was crazy. It was
Oh
so shitty because
shit.
it was like dope because I could take a shot and I wouldn't even taste it, but it was terrible because all this food I wanted to eat. I couldn't taste
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
Damn. Well, at least you saw the silver lining during it. You're like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's
Yep.
take shots. I can't taste anything.
Oh,
Fuck it. Let's take shots.
yeah.
That's
Literally though. It was
funny.
crazy because we knew we had COVID. We tested positive, but I didn't lose it right away. And I remember I was smoking weed and I just was like, oh, can't taste that.
Yeah.
It's so
Damn.
terrible.
My sister got it twice. Um,
Oh, that
but
sucks.
I never did. Or I might have. I guess I did, maybe. I don't know.
You're like, we'll find out, I guess, one day.
Yeah. 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 So what really influences you like within the scene? And you are so heavy, like the dub is so deep and good. Where did
Thank you for
yeah,
that.
where does your creative process start when you're like when you're starting to either make a mix or make a song?
Yeah, so a big part of my creative process, a huge part actually that all my music is kind of based off of is like I actually before I got into music, I mean I've always been into music before I started producing, I was really big into writing. And so I really liked the idea of like telling a story. And so all my songs I really like to tell a story, like whether that's so with my past songs like Evil, Nightmare and Mind Control, there's I don't use lyrics, none of my songs yet. I have some in the works that have actual lyrics, but I have mostly just like voice clips. I use those to kind of tell a story and like there's always I like to have you leave it to the listener's imagination to kind of tell their own story with kind of my structure that I built, because that's what I really like about music is it's so subjective. And so I like that's like the starting point for me is I always like hear something and I'll get inspired to think of like a storyline. And my latest song I just dropped a couple days ago is Sinister.
So good.
It's less using thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I really appreciate your kind words about that. That was awesome. But I wanted this song to be I wanted people to tell the story, but with less clips of voices and more with the like sound design and the structure and like using the sound to tell the story in their head. So I thought that was really fun. And actually, this was my first song. I actually used my own voice. The voice in it says "Sinister." It's me, which is actually really
Nice.
cool because I normally don't like smoke a lot of weed, so my voice is always really hoarse. So,
But it
so that
works
was
for
cool.
dubstep. That's perfect.
Yes, it does. It does. So it actually whispered, so it was much daintier than my voice actually is.
Nice.
Oh, it's fun. But yeah, so yeah, a lot of my creative process comes from storytelling and I love playing with sound design. I'm so big on I just love being a producer so much. It's always what I've wanted to do. And so it's just getting in the DAW. It's just there's always unlimited potential with what you can do. And so I love finding things that make me feel like that initial spark of inspiration. I just take off with my idea. So it's awesome. It's awesome. And I get a lot of I've always been such a heavy dubstep person, which it's so funny because I always find myself so biased, but like, I've just always listened to really heavy dubstep and stuff like that. So I have a lot of influences. And like right now, one of my, like, I'm actually writing a collab with one of my actual favorite artists, which is really dope. J6, he's featured on Subsidia. We've been cooking up something for a while, which is really exciting because he's been a big influence on my sound, as well as Louis J there, and all these like heavier artists I really like. And I'm also part of Girl Gang, which is a collective made by Jeanie, and we have artists like myself's on it, Level Up's on it, Vampa's on it, Hades is on it. So all these like, and there's a bunch of other people varying from like really large artists to like smaller up and coming artists, which is so great because it's just such a great community of women. So I get a lot of influence from them as well, because these women and this collective are so talented, and it's so great because it's just such a supportive place. And I love that we make that space in the music community for women to do that. So I get a lot of influence from them as well. So yeah,
that's so badass. That's so
Thank
cool.
you.
The North Warehouse. I was just talking to one of the managers of the North Warehouse, and I'm probably gonna have her on here in a month. And
so dope.
all of the heads,
Love the North Warehouse.
yeah, all the heads of the North Warehouse, all the people in management positions are all women. She was just telling me about that, and I'm like, that is so cool.
That's actually also really cool to hear, because the promoters that I know are also all women for the North Warehouse. So that's so funny. I love that. I love that women empowerment making space, because so before music, I've actually, a lot of people don't know this about me. I used to be a mechanic, and so I'm used to being in these really male dominated industries like automotive and music, and so I love making that space for women and like encouraging women, and so it's just dope. I love seeing it. It's great. And shout out to the North Warehouse, because they are doing some big things right now, and I really support it.
Yeah, big things. That's dope. So who are some of your like favorite other female producers? I know you mentioned Hades and Level Up, but anybody else?
Yes, definitely Jeanie. Jeanie's doing big things, and like I really appreciate her music and also what she's doing for the community, because she gives so much back to like not just women but like the community as a whole. And she's doing big things. She's playing all over, so I'm really proud of her. I actually got to go B2B with her here in Seattle, which was amazing. It was so much fun. That was sick. And I also have a lot of respect for my girl Sarah Benyo. She's also on Girl Gang. She actually came and played I played two different times in Chicago. One of them was sold out, and they're both my headlining show, which was really awesome. But she was there for one of them as direct support, and she's amazing, and she's doing big things also. And yeah, there's so many, like Vampa also, of course, and there's just so many women out there. It's amazing. Ghost in Real Life is killing it too, and Cleopatra, Weird Waifu. I'm actually really good friends with Weird Waifu Cheyenne. She's amazing. So I love it. I love seeing all these women in this industry just doing what they love and making it their own. So it's been awesome. They're all super inspiring.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Ghost in Real Life is going to be playing Bass Canyon.
I know,
I'm
so amazing.
Pumped. I'm really pumped.
Wait, she's going to be dope.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
It's amazing.
So how did you first start getting bookings?
So something about me is like I'm very extroverted. I talk a lot. And so I live in Seattle now. Yeah, I'm sure it's obvious. But I lived in Oregon, and I've just always been into the rave scene since so early. And I've always really loved being a part of the community and giving back to the community. And so I started off like promoting, and I loved it. And I promoted not to get free tickets to shows or anything. I just loved that I was being a part of the community, because especially living down in Portland, I was so involved with the Seattle scene for so long, specifically the Seattle scene at first, that I just ended up promoting for all these different kinds of companies, and just kind of having in with these companies, and also just giving back to the community. People gave me the opportunity to play, and people saw they really liked my sets, and they saw I was good. And it was just so funny to me though, because at first, when I first started playing, people always said, wow, you're actually good. Like with the like implying that they didn't think I was gonna be good. So it's cool, because it was just like I played one show, and it just kind of took off from there. I've been really blessed where my career's just been on the up and up for years. So it's been great. I'm just doing big things. That's exciting.
Yeah, that's cool. And you're doing it all independently do you have an agent or a manager?
No, I don't. I'm very proudly independent. I've done everything solo. I have like friends who like they'll come over and help me throw some ideas around. I have my one friend who comes with me to travel, because I don't really like traveling alone, because I don't feel safe all the time. But other than that, I don't have a manager. I do everything independently. It's just me, and I really like that, because I really like showing that you can do whatever you put your mind to, and really spreading that message.
Yeah, that's bad. That's badass. And like, so it looks like you said that you create your merch, right? I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Every piece of
Oh,
merch
that's
I've ever
awesome.
pumped out, every album cover I've ever done, except for like 2 or 3 that the labels were like, okay, we're gonna do these, but like
Right, right.
99% of the album covers I design myself. All of my merch I
I love
design
that.
myself. Um, yeah, so it's really badass you're doing that too. And your merch is so fire. And your
Oh,
logo.
thank
Like,
you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, been seeing you do all this amazing stuff for years. I was actually really excited to, be on your show because I've been following you for so long. I've seen you peep my stories and I was like, oh shit, let's go.
yeah.
So that's dope. Yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I have 2 lines of merch, and one of my lines actually is a collaboration with my little sister, who she owns a clothing company, and dude, she's been on the up and up too. Like her company's been so successful, and so she did the designs for the second line, and the first one was like my logo and stuff. So thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about, I mean, we gotta be our own designers. We gotta be our own merch pushers. We gotta be our own
Oh yeah.
promoters. So it's badass to see you doing this and you making serious waves. Like, it's
Thank you.
huge.
You too. Seriously, you too. You make it major waves as well. And it's really inspiring, and I love collaborating with like fellow artists like this too. So thank you for that. I really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. What so have you faced any like obstacles or hurdles that you've had to overcome?
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, I know every artist goes through their own struggles and stuff, of course, but definitely being an independent artist has its positives and its negatives. Like there's definitely moments that like it would be nice, especially earlier in my career. I feel a lot more stable now, but like earlier in my career, I had a lot of questions, and especially being new in the industry when people have been doing it for so long, in comparison to like these big artists have been doing it forever. I always felt like I was scared to ask questions, and so that was hard when I didn't know or needed advice. I felt scared to reach out because I didn't want to seem like I didn't know what I was doing. And I've learned that there is no dumb questions if you're with the right people and you're surrounding yourself with the right energy. So that's
Bam.
been great. And also,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Bam. That's it. Um,
Yep.
yeah,
Gotta
so
believe in yourself.
exactly. So is that so what would you say to yourself 5 years ago?
Don't be afraid to look dumb because that's all
Yeah.
in your head. Definitely.
Yes.
I think
Fuck yeah.
I think if you think you look dumb, then you decided that you did look dumb. But if you decide that
Uh-huh.
it's all perception. So you just gotta put yourself and manifest. I'm really big into manifestation,
Me
by the
too.
way. But like, yeah, oh, of course. I mean that I should have known. I should have known. Seeing all the big stuff you're doing, I love that. I love when people are on the manifestation too. That shit is so real. But yeah, don't be afraid to look dumb because if you just decide you're not, then you're not.
Yeah. If you decide you are, you are.
Exactly, exactly.
Um,
Because I've always just spent so many situations. I've like looked back and like, oh, like immediately I'll overthink it because I'm like the queen of overthinking. And I'll be like, oh man, did I look dumb? And I'll look back later and be like, nah, dude, you're second guessing yourself. Don't second guess yourself.
yes, exactly. Okay, so on this road, where what is your biggest long-term goal? What is the biggest thing you are going to accomplish?
Oh yes, I love how you phrase that because that's manifestation right there.
Uh-huh.
But yes, my long-term goal that I will be reaching, actually in the process of, is I've really wanted to tour the world, like internationally. I want to. I grew up in a family that struggled financially. I was really blessed. I had a really good childhood for the most part, and got taken care of where we had what we needed, but we never got to go anywhere, see anything. So I actually, until my music, I never traveled anywhere. I'd never been off the West Coast because I was born in California, raised in Oregon, and I live in Seattle. And that was the extent. And like, my biggest thing was I was like, I want to see the world, but through my art. And I've gotten to play all over the United States, which has been amazing. I've gotten to see places I never thought I would be before. And so I want to take that, but like worldwide, and like, not just get to travel and see the world, but like share my music with people that love it and like, respond to it internally, and like, it moves them. I want to move people. So
Yes.
yeah.
Hell
Also, I
yeah.
really want to play Lost Lands. Lost Lands is like the fucking goal right now.
Okay. That's gonna happen. You already played Base Canyon,
Definitely.
so
Yes, yes,
that's the
definitely.
next step. Um,
Absolutely.
so let's jump into the future 10 years. Where are you in 10 years from right now?
In 10 years, I will be playing all original sets. That's also a huge goal of mine. So I want to play exclusively my music. So I'm working on that right now. I'm going to be solely working on music, just like full time. Cause right now I work two careers. I work full time teaching and full time music. So I want to be able to be successful enough that I can just focus on the music. Cause man, I'm just saying, if I can do all this stuff that I'm doing right now while I'm working 40 hours a week, imagine what I can do if I have full attention on my music.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my goal, is to just be doing full-time music, getting to play everywhere, and just really, really thriving. But something that's really important to me too is 10 years down the road, I want to be just as humble as I am now. Because I think being humble is really, really important. And it's something I really look for, not only for myself, but I like to surround myself with people who are, people who are proud of themselves and, can tell the difference between being full of yourself and being proud of yourself, because there is a difference.
Yeah. And the people who actually make it are the people who stay humble and stay nice. My biggest thing is with my dogs, with my kids, with my parents. The last thing that I say to them after I say I love you is, okay, play nice, be nice.
I love that.
And so staying humble and staying nice is the key to success, and I believe, anyways.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
I agree.
awesome.
I fully agree.
So in these next 10 years, you're going to do all this crazy stuff. You're going to see the world. Who is the biggest, what's your collaboration bucket list? Who do you want to do either B2B sets with or release music with?
Yeah, so definitely I feel good that I actually get to check one off, which was J6, because we're working on that right now. So that's actually one checked off. But because I had this list actually mentally that I wrote a while ago,
Nice.
and including J6 was also Louis J, because they're a duo that I just love all their music, and they're just so inspiring. I actually just saw them in Seattle recently. But like bigger names, like I love what Subtronics is doing, like vision wise. I love that he's he really stays who he is. Like he's really unique with his sound. He doesn't give a fuck what anybody thinks, and he's successful because he's just in like himself, and I really love and respect that. And so that would be dope to either go B2B or collab with him, or and like for heavier artists, man, there's just so many. It just boggles my brain. But yeah, that's probably a good starter there.
So would it be Wubtronics or would it be Mamatronics?
I love Wubtronics. That's dope. That's sick. I have this friend, he always tells me these dream B2Bs he wants me to play, and he always comes up with the best like B2B names like that. Like I can't even think of any, but I have to shout out Matthew, because he always thinks of the best like B2B like combination collab names. It's so dope.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I'm so pumped to see Riot 10 B2B with Crank Dat, Dog Eat Dog.
Oh, I
right?
know, it's gonna be so good.
Oh my God.
So good. I'm excited that you're gonna be at the Gorge. I'm excited to meet your girl, and I'm excited that we get to all like hang out. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna rage. It's gonna be so much fun.
Definitely.
Yeah. So before we go, because we're getting close to the time right now.
Yes.
I want to end every interview talking about what you're grateful for. So what would be 3 or 4 things in your life that you're most grateful for?
Oh man, I love this question. Thank you so much. I'm super grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my friends that have stuck by my side through all the craziness. And I'm also really grateful for all the opportunities I've been given. I'm very spiritual, and I'm really grateful, God gave me the opportunity to do what I want to do, what I was born to do. And so I feel grateful that I'm here today. I struggle with mental health, and I try to use my platform to speak about that, because I lost my best friend to mental health. And I just am so grateful to be able to be taking things that I've gone through and make them, into not only accomplishing my dreams, but like, passing on along good messages with my art and stuff. So I'm just grateful to be here, grateful to be alive, grateful to get through the hard times and be thriving right now. Because there's times I didn't think I was going to make it this far. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you again for being on.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I am so grateful for you, and thank you for being you, and you killing it. You've been just killing the game, and I'm so proud of you.
Oh yeah, we got to do a B2B one day.
Yes, let's do it.
Yes. So we're gonna play Sinister. It is so fucking sick, you guys. All you listeners are gonna love this song so much. And follow Wubmama. Before we go, tell everybody where to find you.
You can follow me on all platforms. Super easy, one word: Wubmama, Wubmama, on all platforms. And you can also check out my website, wubmama.com. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward actually.
Awesome. Same here. I'm Chance the Closer everywhere. You're
Yes,
Wubmama
that's how you
everywhere.
do it.
Yep. Perfect branding. All right, everybody.
Perfect.
Thank you again. And here is Sinister.